We have brand new Lincolns, Cadillacs, and Chevys coming up on Motor Money. Welcome to day one of the New York International Auto Show. I'm Rex Moore and joined as always by John Roseveare. And John, you're saying today's day one is sort of a battle of the luxury brands.
Well, we've seen two big luxury sedans, one from two very old American brands, one from Lincoln and one from Cadillac. They're similar cars, but they're very different. But they do have one big thing in common, which is that they're both being put into production with a big eye on China.
Okay, the Lincoln is behind us, and we hit that earlier this morning. What are your thoughts on this new concept? It's not out yet, but a concept.
It is a concept. It's a preview of a car that Lincoln intends to build, though. When you see the pictures of it, it kind of has a Bentley look. In person, it's a little different. It's low, it's wide, it's long. It's a very striking presence. If the production model comes out looking like this, it's going to be a very interesting product for them. It does seem really geared at China, though. It's a luxurious backseat for a driver who will be chauffeured. As Ford CEO Mark Fields told us when we talked to him about it this morning, China is a big part of Lincoln's plans for the car.
It's going extremely well. We launched Lincoln in China in the fall of last year. It has exceeded our expectations since we launched it. And clearly this segment in China is the largest full-size luxury segment in the world. So as we designed this vehicle and we did research in the US and in China, interestingly, John, the wants and needs of customers, there were more similarities than dissimilarities. One of the biggest differences, though, between American and Chinese consumers is this particular vehicle in China, the buyer that buys this is chauffeured. So they're sitting in the back seat. So we have spent a lot of time in the rear seat, the roominess, the amenities to appeal to that Chinese consumer. And we have a lot of expectations for our growth in China.
All right, John, stop number two today. A lot of buzz behind us with a brand new Cadillac CT6. Today, I guess, was the unveiling to the most members of the media, but we were invited to a rather swank soiree last night. Took a water taxi over to Brooklyn and saw really plush celebration of the CT6. But now here it is. We've had a chance to look around at it a little more. What are your thoughts?
Well, they're not going to sell a ton of these, but this is a big deal. As they've been telling us all day, this is the car that sort of shapes where they want to take Cadillac. It's not just big, it's not just plush, it's not just, from all appearances, really well built. It's also lightweight. It's lighter, it's as light or lighter, they say, than the midsize CTS sedan, which in turn is already lighter than its rivals like the BMW 5 Series. This is really significant. A lighter car gives you better fuel economy and it gives you better handling. And one of the things we hear over and over is that Cadillac is really pushing themselves out as driver's car, and that this thing is big and low and wide and imposing, and it's got lots of elbow rooms, but it's still very much, they say, a hot handling car in all of its forms. And so we look forward to learning more about that as people drive it over the summer. But in terms of what it does for the brand, this is really expected to be a halo for the brand. And we asked Cadillac President Johan de Nysschen exactly how this will help shape his efforts to elevate the Cadillac brand.
Well, as our new flagship, it obviously plays an important role in shaping out that aspirational brand character for Cadillac. It puts the brand back into a market segment that, frankly, in the early part of our history we used to own. And it does so with a car that also showcases our technical competence. The technology in this car really is industry leading, and I think it certainly serves the purpose to disturb the equilibrium in the luxury market.
Okay, we're going to dial down the glitz now just a little bit after that Cadillac bash. But behind us, the Chevy Malibu, brand new, and you say it looks pretty impressive in its own right.
This is a big deal for General Motors. GM has had a whole string of successful products. Some of the new Cadillacs we've talked about, the Chevy Impala, their new pickup trucks, their new SUVs. The one kind of a dud they've had in the last few years has been the current Chevy Malibu. It's not a bad car. It upped their game, but the problem is the competition in that segment upped it more. These are America's best-selling passenger cars, mid-size sedans. It's the Camry, it's the Accord, it's Ford's Fusion, it's Nissan's Altima, and all of these competitors have brought their A game. Now with this new car, this all-new from scratch Malibu, GM is bringing its A game. We are really impressed with this thing. It's got more rear seat legroom, some sophisticated powertrains, including a full-blown hybrid system that uses technology from the Chevy Volt in some models. They're promising 45 mpg, which is better than a lot of the competition. Level of fit and finish, attention to detail, electronics, safety features, and so forth. They've really put together an impressive product, and this is going to get on the list of a lot of shoppers who maybe weren't thinking Chevrolet before now, I predict. This is going to be a big deal for them.
Okay, so that wraps it up for day one here at the New York International Auto Show. John, what can we expect tomorrow?
Well, we're going to see the all-new Nissan Maxima, another full-size sedan, but an important model for Nissan tomorrow. We're going to see a new hybrid RAV4 from Toyota, and maybe a surprise or two.
All right, be sure to join us then, same time, same channel. We'll see you tomorrow, fools.